Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another night of NGS action. Tonight, we have started week number 7. It's coming down to the wire. We've got 3 more weeks, I believe, to go, and then we hit postseason. All of these teams are looking to turn their season around, get those last few points to give themselves a nudge up in the standings for a playoff push. And tonight, we are in Division E West. We have Wood League Express, Masters of Choo Choo Caboose Train, going up against the one and only Bull Moose Party. It is going to be exciting. My name is Isaacs. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I just got home and I am ready to get this underway. Let me get you guys over to the map screen. We are done with map bans and picks, and we can see where we're going and what we're doing. The side of Bull Moose Party were so ecstatic. They won their first coin flip, they said, of the season, getting the choice between first pick and map pick, electing to go with the map pick, not the first pick, which I like. I like that they're sending us to a map that they want here to start off. That gives Wood League Express first pick in the map. The bans came out. Bull Moose Party getting rid of that Garden of Terror and Dragonshire. Wood League Express getting rid of the Infernal Shrines and the Towers of Doom. And our first map, my favorite, gonna be the Battlefield of Eternity. Both these teams are sitting in the lobby, getting ready to go, have got their portrait flares in sync for both sides. Love it. Absolutely excited to cast this series. I've had the opportunity to cast both of these teams in the past, and it has been quite a lot of fun watching these two teams fight in their own individual games. These teams did match up once before. I believe Bull Moose Party came away with the victory in a 2-1 series in that series. Earlier in the season, since we are in Division E West, each of these teams are doing a double round robin for their pool play. So these two teams are going to be going up against each other twice in the regular season before the postseason. So Wood League Express looking for maybe a little bit of comeback here in the second matchup to even up the series one apiece, getting ready for a potential playoff showdown. Meanwhile, Bull Moose Party, they're looking for the 2-0 series sweep here. Gonna try and pull it off on Battlefield of Eternity. Everybody's throwing up the hypes in chat. We got lots of people throwing out flares. I have to say, for everybody, I came through with my promise, or at least I partially came through. I came through on my end and uploaded those emotes for you to start using. Twitch is approving them slowly. So I don't know which ones have been uploaded yet, if any have been uploaded yet, but they're coming through slowly but surely. So those subscribers, you guys now have your emotes available. Congratulations. Enjoy spamming that stuff till the cows come home. I'm so thankful for all the subscribers. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of fun with those emotes. And we have Space Totems coming in with the follow. Thank you so much for that follow. Ladies and gentlemen, I do turn off all notifications while we are doing some NGS casts. Do not want to take away from the amazing series from these two teams, but I notice it and I will call it out during these matches. First bans coming through from the side of Wood League Express, getting rid of the Kel'Thuzad. I believe that was played in their prior matchup. Pretty shady character. Can do a lot of damage with a well-played Kel'Thuzad around those skill shots. Gazlo getting the ban out from Bull Moose Party. Don't want to see that goblin anywhere on this map. Greymane getting the second ban, so now a potential race champion and an overall very good camp clear on a map like Battlefield of Eternity, getting nudged out of the way. And Varian gonna be that final ban, the taunt Varian, or I'm sorry, usually Wood League Express don't run the taunt Varian. It could be either one, but usually we see them do the Twin Blades healing reduction Varian. Gonna go in and just be absolutely insane on the Varian. So that is a little bit of a target ban that we have seen Wood League Express find some success on recently, especially last week when I watched them play against Mosley and the Arcanauts. They ran a Twin Blades Variant very successfully, had a 2-0 sweep with that one, but Malfurion coming in first pick. I kind of suspected it. getting told by some members of the Wood League Express they do like the Malfurion. He is going to be picked up here, and it's really getting to the point where it's getting tough to ban teams out because teams are, it's later in the season. Teams have expanded their pools. They have different composition, multiple compositions that they can run. They're getting comfortable on more heroes. Those puddles turn to pools. The pools may turn into, rivers or seas. Like, everybody's getting comfortable on multiple different champions, but we do see a lot of race coming out from the side of Bull Moose Party. The Artanis going to be able to race down the Immortal pretty quickly. Li Ming, she can provide some race for a mage. She's one of the best race mages on this map, but she's also one of the best defenders. She can defend so well from range and kind of poke people off, burning her own Immortal. And she has that single target burst increase at 16 when she gets those extra 2 globes. So Li Ming, a solid pickup here. Mal'Ganis and Vala being picked up. There's the race answer out of Novabot on the Vala. And Mal'Ganis, that very beefy front line, very, very good, but susceptible to a lot of crowd control. There's not very much crowd control so far coming out of Bull Moose Party. We'll see if they pull some of that into their draft, that hard CC, to make sure Mal'Ganis can't get into the enemy team there. Chromie getting the ban out, another very strong mage on a map like Battlefield of Eternity. Not going to be able to put down those pesky sands of time around her own Immortal to make sure that the opposing team has to either hard commit to the burn or stay out of the way. Lucio getting the ban out from Wood League Express, and that is leaving up still some pretty good options in the hero pool. I mean, Brightwing is here and does an excellent job against a Mal'Ganis. Anduin as well can be able to provide a lot of utility, but the Lily was the last one I was going to talk about with the Vala. That is the last one to come in. Not necessarily my prime choice, but Lily does do very good things against very heavy auto attack teams. This will dissuade the side of Wood League Express from going double auto attack here and force them more towards a mage character as their second assassin. Raynor also being picked up by Bull Moose Party, heavily favored in the race now with the Artanis, Raynor, and Li Ming combo. They want to burn as fast as they can. Now, if I was Wood League Express, look to pivot towards a very strong team fight. Get a strong offlaner like a Sonya, maybe, who hasn't been banned. They're going to go with the Zul instead, but they do go for that mage. Ice Queen picking up the Orphea, one of her more comfortable mages there, can do a lot of things and put a lot of play down from this mage. Salutations from across the water, Icy. Feral Ferret, welcome. I don't know from exactly where you are. I'm assuming Europe somewhere. We're going to go with England. Tell me if I'm wrong, but welcome. I hope you enjoy this show tonight. Definitely appreciate you being here. ETC, the final one being picked up by Bull Moose Party. Gonna be able to lay down some pretty good moshes, only really having 3 main ways to interrupt, and has to... 2 of them are pretty skill shot dependent there with the Orphea Crushing Jaws and the Vala Rain of Vengeance. So we do see these 2 drafts. I do really like what Bull Moose Party has pulled out here with their race potential. Wood League Express, they got to get aggressive with some of these fights. Find fights that favor them. Make sure that they can just deny the race potential coming out of Bull Moose Party, but they have to be careful of the mosh play coming out of the ETC. Let's get these 2 teams introduced. Coming in on the red side, we've got Bull Moose Party. We got Toastmonster sitting on the Li Ming, Krizo on that Lily, Mass Assassin on the Raynor, Iggy on the ETC, and we've got Winter Rose on the Artanis. And on the side of blue, we've got Wood League Express. We got Novabot on the Vala. We got Band-Aid sitting on that Mal'Ganis. We got Saralath sitting on that Malfurion. Ice Queen sitting back there on the Orphea. And we got High Admiral up in the top lane on the Zul. We've got the train coming out. 2 members so far, 3 members in the train. They're trying to get it figured out, maybe for game 5. I mean, last time I saw these 2 teams going at it, they had a very nice caboose train going out from Wood League Express, but both teams setting up for the cheeky bush ganks here. Raynor getting that position, Novabot sitting in that bot lane, gonna try and see if she can pull out some extra damage with that Q at level 1. Meanwhile, a swap in the top lane. This is gonna be probably one of the more boring fights, but down in the bot lane, ETC getting a power slide onto the Malfurion. Mal'Ganis is there to land the sleep, get himself to safety, but one thing of note, they didn't draft a whole lot more CC coming out of the side of Bull Moose Party, making the Mal'Ganis value that much better. The Mal'Ganis is going to be able to get in deep to this enemy team, and he shouldn't be interrupted outside of the penetrating shot and the occasional knockback from the ETC. So we'll see if this Mal'Ganis is able to do a lot. The root coming out from that field, and the sleep going down, another sleep stack, and that is a first blood going out for the side of Wood League Express. That double sleep talent at level 1 coming out from the Malfurion with the Entangled Dreams, and then the Mal'Ganis putting the sleep down on top of that was able to put down enough crowd control to secure that first blood. Trying to just gaze through some of these talents real quick, see what's coming out. Li Ming going with that Force Armor, wanting to make sure she does not go down to that Vala. You know, Vala going heavy into the Q build. She's got to be careful with that, and then the obvious Orphea as well. But ETC getting put to sleep here by the Mal'Ganis, getting knocked up as well. ETC tries to power slide his way away, but does not quite make it, and that's a second kill being picked up by the side of Wood League Express, coming in big here in this game 1. 2 early kills, getting a nice experience lead, picking up that bot camp, and we've got a rotation up a little bit early on the camp. They will want to hold this. Vala going all the way up into the top lane. Looks like Zool has to back. Spot on Midlands from England currently. Nice. Loving it. Got some friends who live over in your neck of the woods on the other side of the pond, and so definitely appreciate it. I don't even want to know what time it is over there. It's got to be like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Close. No, I'm on West Coast. Yeah, it's got to be like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning over there. So, wow, major props for coming in at that early hour in the morning. But we do see the camp being picked up by Wood League Express. They're getting the experience rather than trying to go for that timer. But we do see a potential camp invade coming out. Can they finish it off? Wood League Express will now. What damage will they take for it? ETC landing a 2-man power slide, but no follow-up committed by Bull Moose Party. And that is a nice camp pickup coming out of the side of Wood League Express. Of note, Bull Moose Party did get their camp as well, trying to negate this experience gain, going in favor of the side of Wood League Express. But now we are at the first boss. The race is on, and this is where Bull Moose Party, I believe, has the upper hand. They've got much better race. They are in that lead for the first halftime show. We will see if the side of Wood League Express elect to defend or go on the aggression. Right now they're set up for aggression, both teams. Now Wood League Express rotating over for the defense. Zool already there, gonna put down the root onto the ETC, followed up by the Orphea. Did not get the combo all the way up, but is able to secure it there in the end. The stun going down onto the Raynor. Immortal given a helping hand here. The root does miss, but Raynor gets rooted out. Now, nice penetrating shot coming out of the Raynor to make sure no follow-up was there. And Orphea actually getting traded out. Li Ming sniping from over the wall with the QW combo, and this is evened up. And the side of Bull Moose Party have a massive lead in the... Ooh, Artanis tried to land the swap, but swapped right into a Malfurion root there. Unfortunate, and will have to get himself back to safety. Will be able to tap himself up and be fine, but ETC coming in now. Mana bars are very low for High Admiral. Band-Aid trying to get some CC down, but everybody from Bull Moose Party can just push past Zool. Very low. Li Ming not electing to follow it up. First Immortal gonna go over to Bull Moose Party, gonna go into that bot lane. Top lane getting answered by the Artanis. The rest of the 5-man also going up to this top lane, so it looks like they're gonna just try and press hard away from the Immortal with this first. They do, like we said, have a bunch of race on their side, so they will have a bunch of siege potential here as well. Orphea committing to the bot lane. Vala and Mal'Ganis also going to the bot lane. So Malfurion and Zool, they have to be very careful here. The sleep going down onto 2 members. Zool going to be able to delay. Meanwhile, the rest of Bull Moose Party, or sorry, the rest of Wood League Express finishing off that Immortal here in the bot lane. Root going down and sleep onto the Raynor. The Malfurion coming in huge with the root and sleep there right under the tower, and that is another kill going over for Wood League Express. Nice play coming out of the Malfurion to secure that kill. Looking at what we've got coming out here at level 7s. Vala going to get that refresh now on the Hungering Arrow. Going to be able to put down a lot of burst damage if she's able to land both of those Qs onto a champion. We got the Orphea pulling in that extra damage, or sorry, the reduced cooldown from the chop, not extra damage. That comes later. And we do see a Bush Gate. Li Ming checking out, but unfortunately everything misses. The Li Ming juked herself and then juked everybody else with their ETC laying a 2-man power slide. Li Ming doesn't miss that time, puts down some hurt onto the Mal'Ganis and the Zool, but the sleep coming out from the Malfurion, and that is going to be the end of that fight. But we got a Vala versus an Artanis matchup going in. Captain Hen coming in with the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the show. I really want to get another deep fried Li Ming balls cast coming in here in the future. So I'm looking forward to it. I got all sorts of stuff ready for that. But in the top lane, we got a fight going on here. ETC having to get himself to safety. Got in a little bit deep. Didn't have the follow-up support quite yet. But once these levels get to 10 with this Li Ming and Raynor, the burst, single target burst damage is going to go up immensely coming out of the side of Bull Moose Party. But the double sleep again coming in. Unfortunately, the Orphea not able to land the Q. Vala rotating up to the top lane to try and provide some extra little bit of damage, but Artanis getting some damage and experience. But we do see the ETC. He did try and dive in there and contest this in a 5v4 situation. Maybe didn't have the vision on the Vala, but Artanis is going to get a little bit of soak there in the bot lane. Hello. Okay. Hellraiser TTV. There we go. I'm trying to look through how to say this, but coming in with the follow. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to Division E, and I hope you're in for some HOTS action over the next few weeks. We got some fighting going in down here in the bot lane. In the top lane. This isn't bot. Bot's all the way down here where we got a minion wave kind of pushing and crashing, but Vala able to get a lot of siege going down onto this Immortal pretty much unimpeded. Tens are almost online for Wood League Express here as well. Looks like they're going to try and again be the aggressors here. Try and get some sort of play around this Immortal. They can safely poke it from range with the Vala reset on her Q. Mal'Ganis going in. Tens now hit online here. We'll see if they pick a big fight with these Tens. Double sleep again, landing on to Mass Assassin there in the backline. Mal'Ganis getting a two-man knockup. Raynor being able to pop the Inspire. Mal'Ganis going in with the Wrath of the Karen. Vala landing the Rain of Vengeance, but Li Ming able to put down some damage. Pretty much say that is all you're going to get, but we have a fully health, fully shielded Immortal going down into this bot lane. Tens are online. What we've got left, we have the Skeletal Mages coming out of the Zool. We got Twilight coming out of the Malfurion, and Orphea going for that Eternal Feast. Orphea gonna try and just put that down the minute that Malfurion puts down that sleep so that Mal'Ganis can get on top of it and they can get at least a couple hits from that Eternal Feast there. We've got to sleep onto the Li Ming. The rest of the four-man sitting back. It looks like they're not really waiting on timers, maybe just trying to find another Malfurion route. We got the Mal'Ganis going in, looking for some sort of sleep. The Unstoppable pop, the swap going down, but he puts himself deep into territory. ETC getting knocked up, but unfortunately Orphea was just in a little too deep, was getting hit by the tower, and so she couldn't really follow up in the position she was in. Iggy getting low, Vala vaulting it very aggressively and finds a kill with the Rain of Vengeance. Kill secured, another kill, 7-1s in favor of Wood League Express, and they're continuing to push with this half-health Immortal. Raynor still having to commit to the top lane here. Bull Moose Party waiting for the Tens to come online and look for the counter engage here, but the stun and the double stun coming out of the Immortal onto the Artanis. Lili's going to be able to heal him up, and that will be the end of this Immortal phase. A tower picked up, a fort picked up, actually both towers picked up here in the bot lane, and that is another good push coming out of the side of Wood League Express. Get some comments in here. This is where Wood League Draft will start to shine. Absolutely. Harkin Giant Bane coming in. This is where Wood League Express, when their 10s are on, they will start to be able to team fight so much better. The side of Bull Moose Party, I mean, they're still in it to win it here. They're only down about a level and a half. They've been doing a good job getting that value elsewhere on the map to not fall too far behind with a 7-1 disadvantage, but they need to find some way to get a pick with this ETC, find the potential mosh play, and get, you know, just a really good team fight. Because once they get a really good team fight, if they get one kill, they will be able to outrace the side of Wood League Express. No problem over this next Immortal, but the sleep going down onto the Artanis, the root does not connect, and so everybody gonna back off here. The side of Bull Moose Party pushing out that bot lane. We've got Zool finishing the camp in the top lane, but this is going to be a pretty successful push coming out of Bull Moose Party. They're going to trade fort for fort here. We do see the sleep going down onto the Artanis, the Eternal Feast going down, the root, the sleep. It's just all sorts of crowd control showing up over that Artanis. The stun as well. Carrion Swarm popped by the Mal'Ganis a little, maybe thought he could finish it off, wasn't able to, and this is a fort for a fort trade coming out for the side of Wood League Express. They are actually going to be the ones that are going to come out on top with this. 13s are online, and they've got a nice fort advantage in the top lane now. And now they've got their 13s as well. So we'll see if they're going to be able to make a big play around these 13s. But as I usually say on these streams, if there's ever a talent tier to fight down. It is going to be that level 13 ETC. If he sees the Mosh, he hits the Mosh. We will have a complete turnaround. The Skeletal Mage is actually being popped by Zool to give a little extra defense. This is a big ultimate burned, and that's going to be setting up a pretty good defense for the side of the Bull Moose party. If they can find a very good pick here around, ooh, they're going on the aggression here. Even though they're down to talent here, I would expect them to defend. ETC getting in there, but Vala missing the Rain of Vengeance. I would expect this is, you know, this is in favor of Bull Moose party. If they can go defensive, just create this stall. They shouldn't be looking for a pick under their enemy Immortal down the talent here, but ETC not done. He goes in, the stun goes down, he doesn't land the Mosh, the sleep going out, the two-man root from the Mal'Ganis, and the Eternal Feast is going to eat. Look at that, Lily and Raynor getting absolutely shredded by the Eternal Feast, but it is a trade 1-for-1 so far. Raynor, Orphea coming in with the huge Q, gonna finish off the Raynor. ETC is pretty much zone out. Li Ming trying to just provide that burst damage and see if she can poke down one last target. Meanwhile, Vala gonna go start up the burn, and Vala gonna have a hell of a time in this bot lane with the refreshed Hungering Arrow coming out. The Mal'Ganis actually finding the Li Ming. The root's gonna go down. This might be a very dead Li Ming. It is. That Li Ming is gone. Artanis just trying to even up the race. Not gonna be able to outrace, and he's gonna trade his life away as well. So this is going to be a very good pickup by the side of Wood League Express. About a quarter shield, a third. I'll give it a third. Shielded Immortal going to be pushing in this top lane, and we have a 21 death timer on the Artanis, 10 seconds on the Li Ming. Bull Moose party going to have to sit back and wait and look to fight, you know, push past the Immortal at this point. Immortal comes in. If Raynor can get up here, it looks like he's committing. The rest of the four-man, I mean, with the Li Ming and the Artanis, maybe they can find it, but they got to find the Mosh. ETC has it available. Artanis can come up. They've got to push past this Immortal and find the picks. The rest of Wood League Express, they got to just sit back, let the Immortal be the main siege, see if they can get a Malfurion root to start their fight off. ETC, there it is. The root going down. The Unstoppable is popped by the Lily, and another sleep, secondary sleep. Lily popping the jugs very early, trying to keep the ETC alive, but they aren't pushing past. There they go. ETC diving in with the power slide, but nobody else there to follow. And we did see Zool finish off the keep in the bot lane, was able to bully off the Raynor, and eventually with the Skeletal Mages was able to pick up the keep in the bot lane, and the keep falls in the top lane as well. So this is both keeps picked up by the side of Wood League Express. Absolutely critical plays coming out of them. They're getting massive value off of these Immortals here, and now they all just have to wait. They have 16s. They're going to set up this bush gang. Zool is on his way, doesn't have the Skeletal Mages, but they'll see what they can find. EC gonna just blind check, finds two members there. Li Ming coming in with the burst. Can they get the Orphea? They cannot. Orphea gets herself away. Zool gonna get himself to safety as well. Carrion Swarm popped. Gonna get everybody zoned off. Raynor actually stepping on and is gonna fall asleep, and that's gonna be the end of that. I guess it was just the Li Ming that put down damage. I'll have to go back and watch to see if Raynor contributed anything, but ETC found the pick he was looking for. Even though they're down 16s, he got in there. He found the two-man Mosh. It got interrupted eventually, but Li Ming was able to get her full combo. Orphea was just a hair from death, but she was able to get herself away with that Q and able to get herself healed back up, back to the fight. And now we'll see if Bull Moose party has able to buy themselves pretty much now play for 16, clear out your top lane, clear out your bot lane, and wait for this next Immortal phase. They can wait, you know, for the halftime show. They only need to create a little bit of pressure. They have an advantage in the bot lane with that fort. They just need to, you know, pretty much just wait at this point for 16s. They don't need to force the first halftime show. Get their soak somewhere. This is going to push out, so unfortunately they're not going to get their soak here, but Raynor can come down, get the soak in the bot lane. They don't need to necessarily fight right this second. They get this minion wave coming in, and they got their 16s, and it's all bets are off. We'll have a 17 on 16 talent tier fight, 11-2 in the kills right now, heavily favoring Wood League Express. They've gotten a lot of picks over and over again, but we'll see if they can get that one more fight. ETC waiting 8 seconds on that Mosh cooldown. We'll have it back up for the halftime show. Li Ming still on 17 seconds for the Disintegrate, using it to try and provide some burn, but now she won't have it up for any potential. Neither will Artanis have the blind. So using it instead of trying to stack the ultimates there, and now it's a defense. ETC sitting in this bush. Nobody sees him. Malfurion gets caught out here. Is he going to get the Mosh? He does, onto two members there. The Rain of Vengeance goes down to interrupt it, and ETC just explodes. The other Rain of Vengeance on top of the Raynor. Raynor going to get the penetrating shot off to give himself a little bit of safety there, but that is the pick that Wood League Express was looking for in these fights. The sleep going down. Oh, nice unstoppable pop by the Lili. The cleanse to keep everybody out. Ooh, big pickup by the Li Ming there. Able to get the Zool. Can they push past and create another bit of a fight? Ace the entire enemy team and then defend. Or if they're sitting very low, Li Ming coming in with another big burst, getting zoned off by the Mal'Ganis here. But the Mal'Ganis able to just cause so much chaos due to the lack of crowd control. And ooh, big pickup by Li Ming onto the Vala there. Able to land the full combo, and that's another pickup. Now we'll see if they can create the defense. They got to go answer this minion wave here in the top lane. Send one up. ETC's alive. He can go take care of that. The rest of the four-man can start the burn here. I think they got the defense. I don't think Wood League Express, they have Orpheus, so maybe with the root coming out of the Malfurion, they can find something here. We'll see if they can get one last heroic push. I think it'd be aggressive. They can just wait for their 20s and try and play around their 20s. But big plays coming out of Toast Monster here, getting some critical combos and able to find 2 picks, pretty much keep his team alive, because had she not found that pick onto the Vala, I mean, a 4v4 situation with this Immortal, and that could have been core call 100%. But the Li Ming coming in, big play there, able to get this Immortal before he even gets to the core, and this is pretty much just a full reset. Both of these teams pretty much fighting on a nice edge here. Either team fight at this point, if it's heavily favoring one team, they can create a lot of map pressure. One team can end the game, the other team can get a keep and potentially make a play. So we're looking to see if these teams will find the fight. The side of Bull Moose Party, they've got to find something before those 20s come online for Wood League Express. Wood League Express, they just got to wait. Like, they know their 20s are going to be on lane. They just got to play a little bit safe, make sure that they get the passive soak coming in from the double keep pickup. Will they find the ETC here? Oh, ETC didn't. ETC stopped the back. I thought he was just going to continue, but he gets himself out. Was it a bit of a sticky situation? I believe nobody had checked the bush yet. Vala did put out the multi-shot, so maybe it did hit. Not entirely sure on that one, but look at these 20s. They're inching closer and closer by the side of Wood League Express. And Wood League Express, again, just playing, well, they're playing pretty aggressive right now. I was expecting them to play super passive. There they go. Now they're backing off and just going to wait for these 20, and it's good patience coming out of them. Bull Moose Party not looking to find that fight before the 20s come online, and so they're going to have to make a pretty good defense here without their level 20s. Both teams going to go pick up their respective siege camps. This siege camp will be able to be answered by the side of Bull Moose Party. They're holding the timer. Bull Moose Party going to pick up their siege camp. Unfortunately, the minion wave is so deep that they didn't clear it out. This camp will push past that siege minion, and it will eventually just die to the siege minions here. But we do see both teams electing to go for the burn right here. Still, the burn, I still think, heavily favors a Bull Moose Party right now. They're getting it down about half health, but ooh. Interesting use of the pulse beam there. Unfortunately, that blind's going to wear off before the second bird phase, but now we're going to see Wood League Express looking to be the aggressors, and why not? They have the 20 advantage. Good penetrating shot coming out of the Rainer to make sure that that is all she wrote. Artana's actually coming down. Going to get a good burn. Rainer's here with him as well. We'll see if they can both burn this down pretty quickly here. It's a very, very aggressive play. ETC just trying to zone everybody off. Gets a second knockback here, and this could be a pickup for the side of Bull Moose Party here. I think they're going to do it. I think... Oh my gosh, it's 1,000 health, but they did get it here. Artanis and Rainer going with a cheeky play. The ETC coming in, and he's going to land the Mosh onto the Zool. Unfortunately, doesn't land it. The Carrion Swarm being popped, but Li Ming making sure that she solidifies that kill. Oh, she's looking to pick them out. Oh, almost gets the Malfurion as well. Big play, even though down the level 20 talent tiers coming out from Bull Moose Party. They haven't quit yet. Artanis going back to clear out the minions on the core. Top is being pushed out, and then Li Ming was able to find that pick onto the Malfurion. I'm jumping all over the place because there's so much action happening all over the map, but a pick onto the Malfurion, that's another really big pick. These death timers are so long now, and we see Bull Moose Party showing signs of life here in the late game. ETC landing the teleport, but being put to sleep immediately, so he cannot get the Mosh. Well done, Mal'Ganis, by putting that ETC to sleep, potentially saving Ice Queen and Novabot both. The good news is both damage is alive for the side of Wood League Express, so they should be able to burn this Immortal down from a safe distance. Artanis is now here. Zool is up in 10 seconds. Mal'Ganis getting caught out a little bit. Will he lose the Mosh? He's holding the Mosh now. He was in mid-channel, but unfortunately the channel did not finish before he got interrupted, and so that will not be a Mosh onto the Mal'Ganis. Holding it just a tad too long. Had he locked down the Mal'Ganis, that could have been a very, very big play coming out from Bulmu's party, but they have pretty much put their, finger back on the pulse in this game. They're coming back strong here, finding a good play, making a really, really risky call, but ETC was able to zone everybody off just well enough that they're able to finish it off and then create a little bit of a push. Li Ming was popping off with some kills there. So signs of life, signs of life. We've got ourselves a whole new game. The kill count is now 12-6. Experience really doesn't matter much at this point. We're past the experience level, and now we're just going to see what both sides can do. It's going to come down to pretty much this next Immortal phase. We'll see if Wood League Express elects to rotate down aggressively onto this very aggressive push coming out of Bulmu's party. Bulmu's party backing off ever so slightly, and like we said, the one thing we knew Bulmu's party had was that burn, and they got the burn even though, Skeletal Mage just popped already coming out from the Zool. So he will not have, that's a big cooldown, he will not have that available for this next Immortal phase. And the side of Bulmu's party has that timer. They know that it is not going to be up for another 90 seconds. So we'll see if they can make one more play. They've come back this far. Ping's going out into the bushes. Zool and Malfurion not able to get himself, but he's running around the bush. So they know Zool's in the bush. Zool, they know you're there. Oh, gets away just in time. Malfurion was trying to get into the bush, but was just dancing on the fringe. And we've got a defense coming out from Wood League Express. ETC sliding in, but does not land. The root going out onto the Rainer. The Hungering Arrow bouncing around and around, but does not end up providing much damage. Lily able to just top it off. They're kind of split right now. Wood League Express kind of get themselves grouped back together a little bit. Don't want to get caught too much. The Zool getting caught out just a little bit. The Jugs being popped. ETC getting absolutely burned by this Mal'Ganis. Gets the sleep. They need to focus on him. They get the ETC. Zool going in to try and zone everybody else off. Rainer way deep. Is he going to get stunned here? He does not. The Carrion Swarm being popped by the Mal'Ganis in the backline, but that is a pickup for Wood League Express. They can commit to sending Vala over to be the aggressor, and they should be able to defend this with the burst damage, especially with the frontliner being down. Ice Queen can just poke from safety and provide a lot of burst. She's got that level 20 talent where she's going to be able to heal up pretty well and provide immense amount of burst damage. She just got to find the Li Ming. They're looking for the Li Ming. The double root going down onto the Artanis and onto the Rainer here. We do see the Skeletal Mages being popped. It's back up, but the Li Ming able to get herself away. Vala being called back into the Heroics. Artanis way in deep. Doesn't land the swap. Is going to go down, and that's another stagger pickup coming out of Wood League Express. Doing this very patiently, very methodically. They will find the Rainer. Oh, and the Rainer putting on his dancing shoes and is able to get away. The camp being stolen over here by the side of Wood League Express, and I'm curious if they're just going to go push. They've got both minion waves just completely collapsing here. Electing to go back, commit to the defense, maybe pick up a boss here, and just go for the safer, 90% play rather than the 75% play. Can't fault them for that. Every win matters this late into the season. Rainer getting rooted out here. Unstoppable popped by the cleanse, but Rainer getting a second root. The heal coming in huge from the Inspire and the Lee heal, and Novabot actually getting fairly low on the Vala. Artanis is going to be up in like 16 seconds here. We've got a big siege coming in this top lane. ETC going in, looking for the Mosh. Finds the knockback in the back lane, but doesn't land the Mosh. Holds onto it. The Hyperion coming out to zone everybody off. The core getting focused. Artanis will come out and be able to defend, and another defense coming out from the side of Bulmu's party. The Wood League Express, they definitely have the advantage on the Protector. They're going to go pick up a camp, try to create some more map pressure to force Artanis to have to back and look for another 5v4 situation. Vala should be able to just Q this down from range, don't get stunned out, and eventually be able to poke this down safely. The one thing that Bulmu's party does not have is heavy engage outside of the ETC. Mal'Ganis in way deep here, though. He is able to pop the Carrion Swarm to get himself out. Ooh, the Mosh missing. That's a big cooldown miss there, and this is going to be a very big Immortal pushing in for the side of Wood League Express. Going into the bot lane here, they just need to group with this Immortal, and with that Mosh being down, it's going to be a very, very tough defense coming out from the side of Bull Moose Party. 25-minute Battlefield of Eternity game number 1. This is going to be a fun series, y'all. We're only in game number 1. These two teams with the distance last time they met. I mean, I'd be so stoked if they went the distance again here, but this Immortal may be the nail in the coffin here in this game 1. We'll see what ETC can do, trying to get that cooldown from the W. Got a couple there. As the cooldown timer back to 52, Raynor and Artanis can burn this Immortal fairly quickly here, but they got to focus the Immortal and let the Li Ming zone everybody off. The Eternal Feast going down, hitting twice onto the Lili, but that's all she's going to write. This core is melting. Raynor, unfortunately, just not able to do enough here. The Root and the Silence going down. Malfurion actually getting popped here. Can ETC find a clutch Mosh? 14 seconds. He can't land another W, and the Immortal just a little too much to handle, and that will be GG's. Game 1 going in favor of Wood League Express. How about that for a series opener? What a game. Both of these teams just going at it. Looking at the chat, everybody's looking like they're enjoying this game number 1. That was absolutely insane. Li Ming definitely deserves the nod coming out from the side of Bull Moose Party, getting all 7 kills, big siege and hero damage, trying to do everything she can. Definitely brought her team back twice from the brink of death. And, you know, ultimately it was just little too much macro pressure developed over the course of the early and mid game from the side of Wood League Express, and Bull Moose Party just, they had to commit to either fighting or going and clearing the minions. They didn't have the best engage outside of a power slide ETC Mosh, and as long as the side of Wood League Express just stayed spread out, you know, ETC couldn't find the best engage. You know, they could use the Artanis to swap engage. Artanis would be in really deep against a very big burst damage coming out of Orphea and Vala, and then they would have nobody to clear the just minion waves that were crashing into their base. So they were up against it. They definitely fought back, but Wood League Express putting on a pretty good show, especially in that early and mid game, just coming out very clean, very aggressive, getting I believe it was a 7-1 in kills early in that game. And ultimately being able to ride that snowball through the mid game to get both those keep. I think both keeps are down on, it was either the second or third Immortal. I think it was the third Immortal. That they were able to get both keeps on the third Immortal, and it was like, oof, this is a tough way to get back into the game. But the game, how long was the game? That game was about a 26 and a half minute, between 26 and 27 minute game. Game number 1 on Battlefield Eternity. Crazy game coming out. Let's look at some of these talents. We can dissect the rest of these talents. With these custom games, the timer always comes out to 0-0-0. I have no idea why, but it was about a 26-minute game. But looking at some of these talents, Zool actually going for some of that extra curse strike damage. In the offlane. So he was going to be able to create a lot of pushing pressure very quickly in that top lane there. Vala going for the Q build, pretty standard Q build coming out, going for the increased auto attack range. Just wanted to play a little bit more safely against this ETC and Artanis swap and be able to put that damage down. But with the refreshed Hungering Arrow, she was able to just put a ton of damage down onto the Immortal. We already talked about Malfurion sleeping at level 1, going with a Twilight Dream to get in there and provide a lot of silence, or potentially just another interrupt for the ETC. Mosh play. Orphea build, pretty standard. Mal'Ganis build, pretty standard stuff coming in there. Didn't go for blind as a bat. I always love seeing Mal'Ganis go for blind as a bat at 16. It's just so much fun. Li Ming coming in with that that W build with the glass cannon, just be able to pop off there. Mixing the glass cannon with the Tal Rasha elements here at level 20 was just able to put out so much burst damage if she could get those skills on rotation and get that W to come in last. So able to do it. I mean, pretty standard stuff coming out of the ETC. I definitely think with the level 1 guitar. Oh, you went Guitar Hero. Okay, interesting. You know, it's going to be able to pop off the auto attacks. I would have thought Pog Rock would have potentially give that little extra healing for the rest of the team. Would have potentially helped and pair it a little bit better. I get the build. I think he committed to it early, and they just had to commit to it through the rest. But getting that imposing presence, I mean, he had to get in deep onto the Zulvala to even get any value out of this talent. So, you know, he started the build that way, so he kind of just finished it off. And the Bolt of Storm would definitely help make that imposing presence instead of going for like a Death Mosh or any other talent there. But Artanis is pretty standard. Lili going for the Jug instead of the Water Dragon there. I could see both at that time they were up against it. They were behind, so she was trying to potentially just keep everybody alive. They knew they had the race, so they weren't too worried about it. But Jugs are tough to keep leaving alive, and the ETC being one of those lower health targets, they were very susceptible just a lot of burst damage coming out here. So maybe the Water Dragon could have been a little more valuable. And Raynor coming in pretty standard as well there. So pretty standard stuff coming out from a lot of these builds here. Brian L coming in with, or I don't even know if I'm saying that. Baraniel. I'm just going to throw out a couple examples and somebody can correct me, but thank you coming in with a follow. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. I am casting lots of HOTS. Unfortunately, I'm not casting a ton this week. We'll go over that at the end of the cast, but a lot of HOTS on this channel. Playoffs are just around the corner. You will get notifications, and thank you so much for the support. I absolutely do appreciate every single follow that comes in here. And I am going to throw us over back to the map screen. I don't have any indication quite yet where we are going for game number 2. Let me see if I get it thrown into me in Discord. Don't have it in Discord either. So waiting to figure out where we're going for game number 2. And once I find that out, I will get that thrown over. For the rest of you guys, I'm just going to browse through chat, see if there's anything exciting I was missing. It seems like everybody's just hyped up about the game. I love when chat's just everybody's talking with each other during the game. It's harder for me to catch things, especially when that game was just action-packed the whole game. But pretty fun. Yeah, it doesn't, just a lot of comments about the game. Nothing too significant, I don't believe, that I missed. But yeah, pretty sweet stuff. I'm definitely a fan of this game 1. Looking forward to a fun game number 2. It will go to the side of Bull Moose Party. They will get to choose what map, or if they want to go with first pick. They went with the map pick. Moshi, how's it going? It's going good, man. How are you doing? Welcome back. Getting the I believe you got the gifted sub there from I believe it was Sexy Exy last week too. So coming in with the gifted sub. Enjoy. I did I haven't checked it recently, but I know Twitch approved at least one of the emotes that I submitted there. And we're 5 subs away from another emote being added to the emote boat that you guys could throw around there. I've been in the process of getting multiple developed in the case that we do bump over that little edge and get to put some more emotes out there for you guys to throw around with. But you guys will have to test them out, see how it's going there. But doing well. Welcome back. Glad to see you. I know it was a little bit of time between last week and this week with the casting there. Ended early last week, and was going to originally pick up late. I originally wasn't going to cast until Thursday, so I was going to take almost a full week off from casting, which is exciting to see. There's so many new casters picking up games, especially in the late night. So it's exciting, to go watch some of these casts being done. For me to kind of just sit back and see some of these newer casters come out. There's some pretty good stuff going on. I love how much support NGS is getting with the casting this season. I believe Jason put out the stats earlier today, and it's like 90% of games through week 6 have been covered. That's absolutely nuts to see 90% of the games in NGS being covered through week 6. Normally we see that for like week 1 and 2. It's like, all right, cool, everybody's excited, and then it kind of falls off after that. It's stayed strong. Like, the casters are doing a phenomenal job this season, so love to see it. We are heading to Alterac Pass for game number 2. Let me get that updated for you all. Somebody coming in here, and Band-Aid letting me know, come into my chat and letting me know where we're going for game number 2. Who cares about, who cares that I got another game coming out? I'm just going to come in and let the caster know where we're going. I appreciate that. First draft is going over to the side of Bull Moose Party this game, meaning that this was picked up by Wood League Express, sending us over to the frozen tundra of Alterac Pass. Big map. Going to be exciting to see how these teams, it's pretty much as big as BOE, but there's a lane right down the middle. So it's a 3-lane map instead of a 2-lane map. This is one of those maps where the macro game can get really intense. Getting somebody, a team comp where you can get somebody farming out that camp on a timer is absolutely critical. Playing the macro game, Falstad, Brightwing, Dahaka, all viable champions that could be rotated in here that we may not have seen on that Battlefield of Eternity. Harkin coming in saying, maybe I'll co-cast with you next time you cast a game. Oh, absolutely. Just send me a message anytime, and I'll, if I got a free spot open, absolutely, I'm always down to have co-casters on the stream. But it's going to be interesting to see where we go and see how the bands, if the bands stay the same or if the bands change at all. I mean, make sure they know that I'm ready, because the this map is just, it's a really fun macro heavy map, and to see how like the meta evolves on this map, because the meta used to be like, we got to go get the objective, and then it changed away from that to, we got to get the camps on a timer, and then it was, a lot of, let's draft for team heavy over the objective, and then champions like Falstad get buffed, and it's like, okay, now we go for the macro game, and then you can always throw out like the Lost Vikings. Something is on my desk, I have no idea what that is, but there's champions like the Lost Vikings that can come out and just play the soak game and have a really strong foreman. Abathur is always a possibility on this map too, so it's going to be absolutely nutty. And then, there's around the objective, it's all small corridors, so champions that excel in small corridor fighting definitely have the potential to shine, coming out with like a potential like Greymane, and then other like Alarak and Kerrigan, like champions you never see before, can all of a sudden, or don't see very often, suddenly just pop out on Alterac Pass, because it's like, let's fight, let's get picks, and let's just scrap right here in this small corridor kind of area. So it'll be exciting to see how these ones go, these two teams decide to draft and go at it. But Alterac Pass is a fun one to look at, how the teams approach the draft phase. Admiral loves the Murky, coming in from Moshi. Heck yeah! I would love to see a Murky game here. Hopefully it doesn't get banned. But we have readies coming out from both teams here. Let's see if, we got the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Alterac Pass game number 2. Let's see how these two teams decide to change out their ban strategy. Will we see the variant being focused out again, and the Gazlo? Bull Moose Party going with both of them. Are we going to see the nod to the Malfurion? The Malfurion sleeps definitely were a problem. Are they going to ban out the Mal'Ganis who put them to sleep, or maybe this time just draft a lot more crowd control into their composition to counter that Mal'Ganis coming in? So it'll be interesting to see if they get some respect bans from that game 1, or if they elect to just go similar bans. But Falstad not wanting to force Wood League to ban it out, banning it out themselves, making me think nobody on Bull Moose Party is feeling super comfortable picking up the Dwarf That Flies. Kel'Thuzad getting banned out yet again by the side of Wood League Express. And so we'll see what comes out here in ban number 2. Will they get the Varian knocked out? Because I have a feeling that Wood League Express will put a high priority on that Varian if it does not get banned out here. But there's so many other champions that you have to consider as well. And the Malfurion does get the nod. Respect ban going over it. Like I said, that Malfurion did absolutely work in that game number 1. Gonna get banned out here, but that does leave the Variant available. Now, they could first pick it and take it away from them, since they do come in with the first pick, but I don't think first pick Variant is necessarily the best way to approach a draft. But we'll see. Greymane getting banned out by the side of Wood League Express. And now we wait for what comes out. There's a lot of good... I mean, if there's a Lost Vikings, this is where you lock in the Lost Vikings. There isn't, but there is a Gazlo player that was their ban in game number 1. Gonna get picked up here in game number 2. And now we'll see if the Varian gets thrown over to the side of Woodley Express and other champions like Brightwing, who have a very strong global presence, can be picked up here as well. Jaina getting picked up by NovaBot and Brightwing being picked up. So it wasn't the Varian, electing not to pick up the Varian this early yet. Did get the Brightwing. And NovaBot committing to the Jaina. So Ice Queen's going to be on either... they did run double mage last game. Last time they played on Alterac Pass, they did run double mage with the Taunt variant. I forgot... or not the Taunt variant, with the Twin Blade variant. I forgot who they ran. They ran Mal'Ganis as the tank. So they did do the double mage, but we do see the Varian Steel coming in from the side of Bull Moose Party. Gonna take the Varian themselves and pair it with the Lucio. So Lucio going to be able to speed up that Varian if it is that Taunt Varian, which since they have a Gazelle, I'm assuming it is going to be that Taunt Varian. They're going to be able to speed him up and make sure that he can lock down these squishy 2 targets that have been picked up. But the Brightwing is already there for the answer. Varian comes in. The Polymorph does go down and says, no taunt for you. So we'll see how they react. But the Li Ming respect ban coming out from the side of Woodley Express, I think that's absolutely deserved. That Li Ming was putting on a show in game number 1. But it was Toastmonster on the Li Ming, and he already had the Varian. Mal'Ganis getting banned out as well. So it looks like Bull Moose Party definitely watched what Woodley Express did on Alterac Pass last week with the double mage Mal'Ganis and said no more of those shenanigans, but the double mage is still coming in. Orphea Jaina, we're gonna see it, and now they need the lockdown tank. Garrosh is coming to mind right now. I believe they do play a Garrosh on the side of Woodley Express, so that's what I'm anticipating, but they're gonna go with the Mei instead. Still pretty good. If the Mei can get the knockback, we'll be able to lock down some targets, be able to put some blinds out as well for whatever damage potentially comes out here for Bull Moose Party. So, and Mei can also, throw in that avalanche, say, here you go, Orphea and Jaina, enjoy these squishy targets, or just elect to go for the ice wall. But we get the triple bruiser, a very good response to the double mage. Dahaka coming in with the hyper carry Kale Toss. Pretty much all pennies in Kale Toss's boat right now. He's going to be the one that is going to be trying to put down so much damage onto this Jaina Orphea backline and provide that burst onto Varian. We need an offlaner. We get a Murky. Who called the Murky pick? I have no idea who that was. I think it was Moshi. My man Moshi, or my girl Moshi. Moshi, sorry. My person Moshi. I don't know you that well, but... Moshi coming in with the Murky call, and we are going to see a Murky here in game number 2. This is all sorts of spicy coming out of both these drafts. I love it. The double mage Murky Mei. The double mage Murky Mei. Gonna be exciting. Meanwhile, the triple bruiser tank combo with the hyper carry Kale Toss coming out from Bull Moose Party. I mean, I think Bull Moose Party, if they can find team fights and force team fights, they are going to absolutely shred in some of these team fights. The side of Woodley Express, they're all about the delay and macro pressure and see if they can do it. But we are getting all sorts of Murky hype coming out in the chat. You love to see it. I absolutely love to see Moshi the person. I have no idea. I'm sorry. But let's get these teams introduced. On the red side, we got Bull Moose Party. We got Winter Rose on the Kale Toss, Krizo on the Lucio, Mass Assassin sitting on the Gazlo. We got Toastmonster on the Variant, and we've got Iggy sitting on that Dahaka. Meanwhile, on the side of Woodley Express, we got a little bit of a train started. Ice Queen in the front on the Orphea, Band-Aid following on the Mei, Saraloth on the Brightwing. We've got Novabot on the Jaina, and we've got High Admiral coming in with the Murky. And Murky gonna go with that bribe. Interesting that he's going bot lane with the bribe. Usually you anticipate Murky's potentially going to go up for the potential steal in the top lane, but going to commit to the bot lane against the Dahaka here. You know, Kael'thas gonna get those globes. Varian going for that Lion's Maw at level 1. Gonna be able to try and put down some more burst damage onto his taunted target here. So we'll see if this massive combination, when level 10s come online, is able to just excel for the side of Bull Moose Party, or if the side of Wood League Express can run this double Mage Murky May combo and send us to an early night here in game number 2. Super excited to see what happens. I mean, there's so much action that's going to happen all over this map. I don't know what lane to pick out. It's going to be spicy. I mean, I want to sit here. I really want to sit here in the bot lane and just watch this Murky Dahaka bash going on in the bot lane. But we have camps being taken. One picked up by Wood League Express, the other by Bull Moose Party. Varian Jaina is going to be a fun one to watch in the top lane. When Varian gets that taunt, he's suddenly going to have a little bit of a better time against that Jaina. And we'll see what Kael'thas... It's interesting to point out what Kael'thas is... I'm curious to see where he's going to select at 10. Is he going to go for the Phoenix, which is what I'm expecting, or the Pyroblast? Because he can Pyroblast most of the targets, but he can't kill the Jaina, because Jaina gets the Ice Block, and that's basically negating the Pyroblast coming out. So we'll see where he elects to go. I'm going to spend so much time down here. Like, I'm sorry. I'm drawn to Murky right now. It's going to be so much fun. Dahaka missing the tongue. Got to go back to the 3-man real quick. Both teams clearing out their mid wave, getting their respective siege minions pushing in their favor. Neither team really having much success. Everything's dying on the bridge. Back to the bot lane we go. Murky and Dahaka still going at it. Back and forth, back and forth. Iggy having a pretty good time being able to heal himself up there. Murky gonna be able to push this out later in the game, but Jaina having a really good time in the top lane. But Taunt Varian is available now. Going in, doesn't throw down the taunt. Varian might start having a better time there in that top lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we've got scrapping going on. First objective coming online. Camps will be able to be picked up here again in the shortly. These timers are about 20 seconds. And it looks like Dahaka having, you know, pretty good success against the Murky. At least able to stall it out so far in this early game. But where that's gonna change is when Dahaka gets the call to leave the lane and Murky starts to create that massive amount of pushing. Brightwing swapping with the Jaina, gonna go up and provide that macro pressure. Murky gonna go over and just try and solo the objective and get the first channel going. Meanwhile, objective being picked up by the side of Bull Moose Party. Wood League Express not electing to go for their camp here. Murky may have the bribe stacks available to go ahead and pick it up, but they're not picking it up quite yet. Gonna go for the early channel. Nobody on Bull Moose Party is even in with the neighborhood. They're not even in the same zip code. They're still finishing out this camp. Lucio trying to finish it out. It will not get finished. It actually gets reset. So they have to, they don't even get the camp value. They are gonna potentially delay this. Murky is just so in trouble right here. Murky gonna go down. That is 1 kill going over in favor of Bull Moose Party. The camp being picked up by the side of Wood League Express. So they do end up not picking up their camp. Bull Moose Party looked like they had the camp pressure, and now the camp being picked up by Bull Moose Party. So both teams going to go ahead, get their respective camps here, and now go back to the defense. Commit to the defense. 7's online for both teams here. Talent's not quite finished, but May going in. Brightwing teleporting herself all the way in here. And Dahaka looking like he's trying to come around this backside. Varian looking like he wants to pull that trigger, get some taunt onto one of these squishy mages for the rest of the team to just jump on top of. Jaina getting a little aggressive with her positioning. Will the 4-man rotate up? Gaslow's heading up. There's a lot of soak. They got to go get all this soak. This is too much soak to pass up. Meanwhile, Dahaka getting collapsed on by the 4-man in the bot lane. May going in, knocks him back. Is she going to get the root? Dahaka is... Oh, the tiptoes were in the line. That is a kill. Jaina going to get traded out here, though. So it's 1 for 1 so far for both teams. Lucio going to chase this Murky. But Murky able to be that slippery Murloc and able to get himself to safety here. And we are pretty much having a full reset coming in from both teams. Dahaka able to get himself down to the bot lane rather quickly. Sorry, Murky did go and splatter somewhere on the map, looking like he got caught out by a taunted Varian. One side effect of having almost no health and having a champion that can just lock you down, but Murky's back. just annoying as ever. Going in aggressively again, pops the bubble, but the rest of the team gonna go ahead and try and get that third camp, electing, Wood League Express putting value on the camp priority. Side of Bull Moose Party putting a lot of pressure on this objective now. Kael'thas gonna be able to start spreading those bombs if he can start landing them. Get some burst down onto the Brightwing. Dahaka going in, looking like he wants to land some sort of pull. Isn't able to land it. The taunt not landing from the Varian. Murky actually sneaking in to the backside, and he's gonna pick this one up in the backside. That is gonna be objective picked up by the side of Wood League Express. Sneaky play coming out of the Murloc. What do you expect from a Murky? I mean, holy cow. The objective being finished by Wood League Express. We did see Dahaka end up getting picked off by the Jaina and the Orphea, just the amount of crowd control coming out from the Frost, able to finish off that Dahaka. And this objective gonna get some serious time. I mean, nobody's in the top lane. This objective is gonna push pretty heavily in the top lane. Jaina rotating up, but we gotta get somebody from Bull Moose Party to answer that pressure there in the top lane. But this is a 3-man pressure in the mid lane. Dahaka is not up yet. Kael'thas pretty low. We'll be able to heal up with the Lucio. Nobody in the bot lane here. Dahaka actually going to teleport himself in. Varian coming in with the taunt. Going to set up this defense. Murky going in with the army of the Murlocs coming in, creating absolute havoc on this siege. Going to go up and around and see what he can find. Tens, the rest of the Tens coming online. It is the Avalanche for the May. It is the Crushing Jaws coming out of the Orphea there. Jaina going to go ahead with that Water Elemental. Doesn't have it out yet, but this objective picked up here in the top lane. Blink coming out from the Brightwing. Meanwhile, Tens online for Bull Moose Party as well. The taunt landing onto the Murky. That is a dead Murloc. Sound Barrier coming out from the Lucio. The Kael'thas did go for the Pyroblast, looking for that Kabumi on one single target. 2 of the targets on Wood League Express can interrupt the Pyroblast or just completely negate it, so he's got to be careful on his selections. We have the Adaption coming out from the Dahaka, Growlo Bomb coming out from the Gazlo, and the Parry eventually going to come out from the Varian here. Just holding on to it for a few more seconds. And another camp pickup from the side of Wood League Express. Varian still holding on to that level 10 talent. Gazlo actually getting caught out by the Water Elemental. We'll see it. Jaina going very aggressive with her position here. Gonna see if she can finish it off. I believe she can. If the Water Elemental back up, the grab on be pop. Oh, the turnaround from the Gazlo. Not quite enough. And now they're both scrapping, both at so low health. We do see the rotation up by the Variant. Jaina trying to get herself to safety. I do believe she will get pretty safe. Lucio would be pretty suicidal to go aggressive, but the rest of Wood League Express are going to create a massive push here in the mid lane. They know the rotation went up to the top lane. And we'll see what is going on with this second objective. The experience gap, even though the first objective went over to Wood League Express, the experience is pretty much even Steven here, which goes to advantage for Bull Moose Party. They're doing a really good job soaking with this Dahaka and rotating well with the 4-man to create some sort of pressure. Murky gonna get exploded here. I don't see it. Oh, puts on his dancing shoes, gets the first hop, and is gonna get himself away. You gotta be kidding me. This Murloc, too slippery. I love the flare that he's having riding on. Look at, what is he? He's going on an adventure. We are on the journeys of Murky right now. We're not going anywhere else. We're just going to follow him. He's got 4 people chasing him, and he's getting himself away. What a slippery Murloc. Holy cow. Brightwing in the bot lane, going up against the Dahaka, trying to answer this pressure. Meanwhile, Wood League Express, since they had the journey of Murky going on, the camp, again, able to be picked up by Wood League Express, and now they can put some pressure on this objective. And look at the amount of just macro pressure coming out from Wood League Express. Murky trying to go in for the invade, not going to get to safety this time. There's no way Murky gets out here. All right, good. Taunt actually going down onto the Jaina. She does not have Ice Block available, but the Crushing Jaws able to catch the Gazlo. The Pyroblast going down. Will this be enough to finish off the Jaina? It is! The Pyroblast getting value before the Ice Block, so being aware of what is going on with the talents there, noticing that Jaina still had about 2,000 left before she got the Ice Block and saying, you know what, I think I can get her. Getting a pick with the Pyroblast. That's not going to happen in the future, but 2-man stun coming in huge from the May there. Sound Barrier being popped. The army is coming in. The Murlocs are here. Everybody trying to run away from this just massive fleet of Murlocs. And Murky trying to get that cheeky play again. I do not believe it's going to work this time. and that is going to be another dead Murloc. But the side of Woodley Express, they're going to have to go clear up this pressure mid lane. Meanwhile, Dahaka. I mean, Dahaka has been playing a farm sim and getting his team, keeping this experience gap pretty much nullified, and doing a very, very good job at it, getting this double soak, not allowing these lanes to push out very far. And so both teams, Jaina is back online, still does not have it finished. The taunt actually being used on the Murky. Lucio going way in deep here. The grab bomb not going to land onto anybody but the Water Elemental and Murky. Dahaka is now here. The Mei lands does not land the avalanche, excuse me, misses the avalanche there. That is a spread living bomb going down, and Murky is going to lose her life. Orphea being taunted out big time here, but able to get herself away with her self-healing. Toast Monster, I have no idea how you survived on the Varian there, but able to get himself to safety. Lucio will be able to heal him up, and that is pretty much even Steven again. You know, Murky did go down, but he pops right back up. He is able to pick up the camp with the Bribe passive, puts down that egg in a little bit safer position to come back to some of these fights a little bit quicker. But look at the experience again. It's pretty much even. Even though it feels like the side of Woodley Express are just playing the macro game a little bit better, the Dahaka is able to respond and get some pressure of his own, and the Varian getting in way deep here. He did not go for the parry, to point out. He is going for that extra damage and charge distance on the E, and also being able to jump from, you know, himself to safety onto an ally. So we'll see if the Variant is able to, he wants to hunt this Murky down. He does not want this Murky getting away. The tower did fall here in the mid lane due to the pressure of the siege minions that Woodley Express are doing a very good job of picking up. We'll see if they're able to find a way to get this objective channeled. Murky going down, putting the army down there, just kind of trying to zone everybody off for a potential capture here. Mei using a couple cooldowns as well, and the rest of the side of Bulma's party are just waiting for that army to end before they counter-engage. Dahaka missing the engage there. Terran going down onto the Orphea in the backline, but unfortunately nobody's able to follow up. Crushing Jaws does land just barely onto the Dahaka. Grab bomb gonna land onto the Murky. Mei using the passive right in the middle of it, but she is in really deep, gonna have a tough time getting away. Gazlo making sure Brightwing does not get that phase shift off, and that is 2 kills. Well, I guess 1.5. Murky doesn't technically count that much. Going in favor of Bulmu's party, and Kael'thas able to put down a little bit more damage. So Bulmu's party able to just patiently wait that out and find a way to get a fight and use that to their advantage. I tell you what, if they're able to get this grab bomb, Kael'thas damage combo off, they're going to come in with a huge, huge fight coming out of the side of Bulma's party. But Murky, again, trying that cheeky play. Dahaka says, I've seen this story before. Not going to let this happen. Mei is up in 1 more seconds. Can they delay? It's a 5v4 situation, but Orphea, oh, she doesn't get it off. Oh, she did get it off. Orphea able to get that channel off, and now the Mei is online and coming back. I thought Bulmu's party was going to commit a little harder to this with the taunt variant. No front line onto the double mage, electing not to pull the trigger, and now they have to back up while Dahaka clears out the minions in the top lane. So they're going to try and play this game again. 4 people channeling for the side of Woodley Express. Holy cow. Maybe a little bit of lapse in communication there, but the grab bomb and the crushing jaws both miss, canceling each other out. Variant going in, but the polymorph coming in huge to prevent the taunt there. But Mei does now get taunted. She has to get herself away. The passive is being popped, and she's able to heal up just barely there. But the side of Bulmu's party, they're sitting pretty healthy. The Murlocs are coming in, and they are aplenty here. Dahaka getting caught right in the middle of that army and will lose his life. Taunt going down onto the Jaina. Will they be able to finish it off? Lucio coming in for that extra love tap, be able to get that kill, and now Mei using the avalanche to disengage, and they're going to go back to the poke game. And it just seems like Bulmu's party, they're there. They have these team fights. They're able to do it, but they're not quite willing to pull the trigger in some of these team fights a little early, playing more of a counter-engage composition with the Gazlo. Dahaka just got caught a little too far forward in the middle of a bunch of Murlocs there, and we're not able to finish it off. But now the Lucio is going to have that 16 talent, is going to be able to heal up with that Rejuvenesca, going to be able to heal up. always forget what it's called. I know it starts with the Rejuve, but I can't remember the entire name of it. Is going to be able to heal up this triple bruisery, tanky front line very, very well for the side of Bulma's party. So now that they have the massive healing coming out of this Lucio, we'll see if they are a little more aggressive with some of these plays. But that was a pick onto the Murky. They are going to pick up their camp. Camp timer's going down again, and this is a very, very delayed second objective here. Both teams just a little bit nervous right now. Neither team wanting to fully commit to a heavy team fight quite yet. And we see the Dahaka trying to get a little more experience. I mean, look, Bulma's party actually has the experience lead. Dahaka is doing a fantastic job. And Murky, oh, he gets himself away barely. Gonna keep himself safe. Jaina going aggressive with the root at 16. Doesn't find any follow-up burst on to the Gazlo, and that is a water elemental, sorry. I call it winter because he's snowy. Water elemental dead, and so that is a pretty significant cooldown being burnt on the side of Bulma's party. Wood League Express. Bulma's party, they can play around this and try again to be the aggressors, but it looks like they're just waiting. They're just waiting to see if they can find something. But there, they found another taunt. They really, really hate this Murky for some reason, and Murky keeps going down, but he will just pop right back up out of this little bit of a bunker here. Gotta love the Rainer Murky there, but the Murloc's being popped from downtown, 3-point line. Murloc army coming in and just able to keep everybody off. The taunt going down on the Jaina, and there's actually 3 members back. The Dahaka, there's no way he's missing the tongue. Brightwing gonna get the phase shift off though. Meanwhile, on the other side, Orphe getting thrown up in the gravity lapse. Kale Toss trying to put down the damage here in the back line. Everybody was splitsies there, and eventually, ooh, again, the Murky going, they hate this Murky so much. They were like, screw the Murky pick, but Orphe jumping in very aggressively there. Unfortunate, I don't know if she meant to do that. Has to get herself to safety. The Pyroblast going out onto the Mei, but the passive is popped, so she will be able to get herself healed. Jaina going to be able to put down the Frost Bolts from range, and they have pretty good delay coming out of the Jaina and the Orphea here. Meanwhile, Murky, again, we got like Rainbow Six Murky over here going in behind enemy lines, trying to just draw everyone away and see if he can get this channel going on in the back line. The rest of the team on Bulma's party having nothing. They've seen this a couple times, and they're watching for it now. But the rest of Wood League Express is gonna go pick up their camp timer. If they can find the Orphea, they do. They aren't. Varian looks like he got interrupted. I was trying to figure out what Varian was doing, but he is getting the channel off here. So this finally may be the objective picked up. I don't think Wood League Express are in position to counter it. Looks like they're positioning. Okay, it looks like they're backing off. They're going to position for a defense here and elect to get their camp and call that good. So this is finally the second objective. We took 18 minutes to get this second objective picked up, but the second objective is picked up here by the side of Bull Moose Party. Now it's their turn to create some pressure. And it looks like the entire side is committing to this fight in the mid lane. Jaina going to go up against the Dahaka here in the top lane. If Dahaka be's a little too aggressive, Jaina will be able to punish with that Water Elemental and that Root at 16. She has enough damage to deal with that Dahaka. Nobody's clearing out the minion. Okay, there, it finally gets killed. And the rest of the side of Bulma's party, let's see if they can find a pick here. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for the taunt Varian and Kael'thas, but Murky saying none of that, throwing out the army once again there, and gonna pretty much push everybody off of that. But meanwhile, in the bot lane, this objective very healthy. The Murky is here. Varian has a hatred for the Murky, does not land the taunt. Murky getting himself to safety. Lucio landing the boot, but Murky, are we gonna see another journey of Murky? Lucio making sure, oh, that's the end of that story. Meanwhile, back in the bot lane, Varian gonna commit to the push with the Kael'thas. The 4-man defense coming in. Jaina gonna be a little late to the party, but we'll get here in time for the keep defense. Crushing Jaws actually being popped, catches the Dahaka. Dahaka immediately burrowing down, but the taunt go down the Mei. Grab Bomb gonna come in huge here, catches the Brightwing and the Mei. That is 2 kills going over for Bull Moose Party, and this may be a very, very strong push coming out. They have the full 5-man alive. This is a very healthy boss with a lot of armor, but if they can get another pick onto a squishy target. Murky, I guess, is a squishy target. Not necessarily the one they're looking for, but they're starting the core call. The boss is starting to fall. It's down to 20k health. Will Jaina, the double mage combo, be enough? If they can find the Kael'thas, they will do it. The big root coming in from the Jaina there, and this boss is about at half health. Murky gonna go down a second time, but everybody getting so low. Look at the damage coming in. Orphea and Jaina find 2, and everybody sounding the retreat. Jaina coming in, gets the root at 16 onto the Lucio, popping the ice block. Orphea ends up trading her life, but Kael'thas gets caught here, and Jaina and it's Jaina and Jaslo versus the Murky. The Murky finds the Kael'thas. The blizzard coming in from the Jaina. The bombs are spreading. Will Murky go down? Yes, and Jaina is the victor, the lone survivor in this bloodbath. Novabot coming in huge. This Jaina play is something stellar right now, landing a lot of those level 16 talents, getting the roots. I thought it was a pretty aggressive core call. I didn't know if they could necessarily end it, but it didn't really look like they had many other options except maybe backing and getting a boss. But we do have 20s online. The side of Woodley Express are almost at full strength, so they will make the boss rotations now. We've got that Making Inky coming out of the Murky at 20, so going to be able to just spam slime like it's no tomorrow. Invisible Friends from the Brightwing. We've got the Eldritch Conduit out of the Orphea. Going to be able to just get a lot of spell power the more skills she can land. Flash Freeze coming out of the Mei, and the Blink coming out from the Jaina. Not going for the Winter's Mute. Interesting, considering she built for that Numbing Blast. She's going to have a lot of damage. She could get a pretty decent Winter's Mute, but electing to go for the Ice Blink, maybe a little too scared of that taunt variant. Meanwhile, House Party coming in from the Lucio. We got the Glory to the Alliance coming out of the variant. Flamethrower Kael'thas. We've got an Apex Predator coming in for the Dahaka, and we've got the Bomb Toss coming in with the Gazlo. There's a lot of map pressure coming in. Unfortunately for the side of Bull Moose Party, they will be able to clear out these camps relatively quickly as long as Gazlo can position himself fairly well. But Murky starting off the camp here, the rest of the team committing to the boss play in the bot lane. We do have a camp being picked up in the mid lane. Bull Moose Party trying to create some pressure of their own. They're completely ignoring this boss. The boss will probably not be able to finish the keep. Taunt going down onto the Murky. That is one dead Murloc yet again. And the side of Bull Moose Party creating a little bit of map pressure on their own. They've got a big push here in the mid lane. This Gazlo finally is staying and committing to the boss in the top lane. Gonna try and clear it out. The rest of the team committing to the defense in the bot lane. Murky gonna go ahead and pick up the objective here for their team to try and counteract this push coming in. And wow, this keep actually getting a lot of damage. Good thing Gazlo didn't leave. That could have been a dead keep. But now we do see the side of Woodley Express committing to trying to get the pick, or at least start the channeling here. 41 seconds is plenty of time. This boss, as long as it gets down to about half health, it doesn't necessarily need to be focused, and they can come and respond. They have plenty of pressure in the mid lane. Mid lane's pretty much frozen out in a good position. Dahaka missing the tongue, so will not be able to find the pick onto the Brightwing. A nice blink. Kael'thas in a very aggressive position there. I did not see how far forward he was, but unfortunately not getting punished. Murky getting taunted yet again. Gonna go down, and now we do see the rest of the team pushing forward, gonna go and try and create their own objective play. The boss is getting, again, some pretty decent value here, but it's gonna be 5v5, full strength, all ultimates online except for Apex Predator and the Water Elemental. And we'll see if they can find a pick. They're going for the taunt. Murky just absolutely explodes. Lucio is able to finish off the channel, and now can they delay? Can they keep everybody off? Murky will be back. Top is going to actually push in favor of Bull Moose Party. Bottom is going to push in favor of Bull Moose Party. Murky going to go and try and create some pressure in one of the lanes. The Gazlo bombs are just causing so much zoning potential. Murky getting in behind, looking for the Kael'thas, not able to find him quite yet there. But look at the root coming out huge onto the Lucio. Lucio using the Rejuvenesca and the Sound Barrier doesn't quite go down. Crushing Jaws does miss. Mei getting caught in the grab bump, but big phase shift coming in from the Brightwing there with the blink heal. The Gazlo getting low. The Lucio ends up going down first. The Kael'thas goes down as well. That's 2 kills coming in for Wood League Express, and everybody is so healthy. Varian goes down as well. Orphea getting away by the skin of her teeth. Gazlo bomb, will it connect? It does. Gazlo able to turn 1 kill around, but that's not going to be enough. This could be a potential big push coming out from the side of Wood League Express. They're going to go and they're going to pick up the objective first, but look at this. This is open. They can siege this up and clear it. No problem. This is open. They can clear this. No problem. And then push with the objective in the mid lane. Murky going to go and actually steal with the bribe. Jaina now heading over to get this. They need somebody to tank. Unfortunately, Brightwing should be the one here. Mei and Jaina should be the ones right here to clear out this But since they can't, they're not going to get that push in the bot lane. They're actually not going to get the push in the top lane as well. So they're going to wait for the objective to do the pushing for them. Murky now picking up the objective. So everybody on Bull Moose Party will be alive for a potential defense. It's going to be a double keep pickup. Minimum, I imagine. It's got to be at least a double keep minimum. But here we go again. Look at the time, 25 minutes. We've got some long games coming in this series. We'll see if Bull Moose Party can pull some sort of heroic defense out and potentially send us to a game number 3. Meanwhile, Wood League Express, I said they wanted to send us to an early night, but how can it be an early night when we got 2 25+ minute games? This is a marathon, and they are pushing heavy in this bot lane. Mid getting pushed out. Dahaka actually answering this push in the top lane. Gonna clear out this objective. He just needs to teleport bot lane now. I mean, they can give up this keep. They really don't need this keep. This keep just negates bot. They can't get caught is what they don't want to do. They can defend. Again, it's another defensive boss with only 1 keep down, but he can't get caught. And Gazlo is out a little far. He's got to get the grab bomb down before he goes down, but the return kill onto the Murky is there. Gazlo trades his life away, and now it is that 5v4. Murky will be right back. Dahaka going to get himself in deep here. Going to try and create a defense. 3-man snowball coming in by the Mei. The boss is down to 13. Kael'thas, now it's your turn to be the heroic defense. They're going to pop the Pyroblast and zone the Orphea off. The boss going to go reset. They don't need to push out now. They got the defense, but they're looking for the Jaina, maybe getting a greedy. Taunt goes down onto the Jaina. They do find it. Can Kael'thas get the burst? He does. Jaina getting very low, but getting healed up. Jaina will go down to the living bomb there, and that's a pickup by Bull Moose Party, and now they're potentially looking for more. This keep did actually go down in the top lane. Murky going to get traded out as well, but that is a double keep pickup by the side of Bull Moose Party. See, called it all in all, double keep pickup, and that is going to be all she wrote for this objective, but it is a power play coming out for the side of Bull Moose Party. They got about 30 seconds. This boss is up. They can go claim the boss and now do the double boss play on their own. Granted, they don't have the best boss burn. They actually have really weak boss burn, but, you know, it's a possibility. This boss has got to get cleared out. But 5 members, full strength coming out of Bull Moose Party. 20 seconds on the Jaina. Murky coming in, gonna try and get the sneaky camp. Gonna turn the corner and be like, nope, that's not where I parked my car. Gonna get himself away and just kind of giving the old assist over to Bull Moose Party. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, they're gonna go for the... Ooh. Huge risk coming out from Wood League Express. Going for the camp with the double mage with no Jaina. If that gets scouted, okay, now they're backing off. Retreat pings are going out. I was like, that was really risky. But the side of Bull Moose Party saw them doing it. Lucio actually starting it off here. I don't believe either team really wants to do the boss right now with both teams being at full strength. But Dahaka going to get a push here in the mid lane. Can get himself up pretty quickly. Murky in deep. The taunt will go down. That will be a dead Murky. Crushing Jaw's going to go down. Lands onto the Gazlo. Grab bomb only lands onto the Murky, so Murky does fall. Gazlo getting very low. Jaina is in super aggressive positioning, trying to finish off the Gazlo, but Gazlo able to get himself back. Dahaka is here. He lands the stun onto the Orphea. Orphea gets the blink heal onto her and gets away, but that was a huge taunt coming in from the Dahaka here. And now the rest of Wood League Express are on the retreat. This has to get answered by the side of Bull Moose Party. Otherwise, it will be another keep potentially picked up, and they cannot have a 3-keep defense. We saw that happening in previous games. We'll see what they can do here. We're almost into a 30-minute Alterac pass game. Mei looking like, oh, she catches the Varian. Orphea there for the follow-up with the Jaina. The root going down, but Varian is rather tanky. Jumps himself over to the Kael Toss and gets himself to safety. Murky able to get another special delivery coming down the mid lane here. The macro pressure just building up. Murky landing the Murlocs. If they can push past those Murlocs are not going to be in the best of positions, but Gazlo getting zoned out heavily here. They're going to turn back onto the Murky yet again. Murky gonna try and send them on adventures. Orphea getting taunted out by the Varian Kael'thas, immediately throwing out the Pyroblast there, but Orphea gonna just get topped right back off. Good timing coming out of the Brightwing there. The Water Elemental getting killed. Dahaka not quite in rotation, but a 3-man stun. Will the grab bomb? This could be a huge grab bomb coming out from the Gazlo. Holy moly. 2, 3 going down. Actually, it's just Brightwing and Lucio. It was one in each team. Varian actually going down. Wood League Express somehow turning this around yet again. The Orphea and Jaina putting down so much damage, but it is a 2-for-2 trade at this point. Both mages down, but look what's happening to this mid lane. Somebody's got to go answer that. It's got to be the Dahaka. And the rest of Withing Express, they're trying to delay. The Murky getting very low will delay long enough that Jaina, they just can't get caught here. Gazlo does not land the stun. Dahaka needs to get back. This is going to be absolutely a huge pickup there. Somebody's got to get back. Dahaka, you got to get back. Gazlo, one of you two's got to get back. Nobody's getting back here. The boss, I guess they got the Siege Minion coming in from the top lane, but all three lanes are collapsing here. The Kael'thas actually did get picked off by the Murky. Gazlo gonna try and finish this off. Jaina gonna run herself to safety, and now everybody in mass retreat. But that's a big pickup. Kael'thas dead for 52 seconds. So they have, now the side of Woodley Express, they've got the power play with a dead Kael'thas. So big pickup, and Murky again gonna be able to go over here and pick up another camp. Holy cow, we're at 30 minutes now. Woodley Express trolling me because I kept telling them about 30-minute games last night, and now they're committing to the 30-minute game strategy. We tried to get a 30-minute Braxis game going last night. Only made it 20, but now they have committed to the 30-minute strategy. 30 minutes, but the taunt going down onto the Murky. It is a 4v5, so they have to be very, very careful with their delay here. Lucio going to get that delay. They got to wait for the Kael'thas to get back up. And it looks like the side of Woodley Express are just going to be patient here as well. So both teams, you know, I mean, at a 31-minute game, neither team wants to lose. Like, neither team, like, both teams are just absolutely nervous. Nobody wants to lose a 31-minute game. Like, holy cow. Murky actually throwing out the army of the Murlocs here, but Mei is not able to connect with the channel in there. The grab bomb goes out, but it does not connect, but the bombs are just continuing. Mei getting very low here, pops the passive. Ice Queen very low on the Orphea there. We do have deep pressure. Kael'thas is now here to provide that damage. The Variant is going in. This is a big play coming out from Bull Moose Party. Orphea will stay alive. Murky does go down. Blink Heal coming in big from the Brightwing there. Meanwhile, the rest of Bull Moose Party gonna push in. They're gonna start this channel off, and they gotta get this channel Variant in deep. Lands a taunt onto the Jaina. The Dahaka lands the tongue onto the Jaina. Jaina gets caught into that stasis. Will she be able to get away? The taunt going, or the blink going out from the Jaina, and that Orphea and the Brightwing both getting caught into that. Or sorry, that was Mei, not Orphea. But nobody's dead yet. Okay, Brightwing does go down. Murky doing Rambo Murky things yet again. He's gonna delay this, and he's gonna actually pick up the objective. So either, oh, will he? If they can kill the Murky here, both are channeling. Can they delay this? The Murky's trying. He does go down. Meanwhile, the boss is getting absolutely shredded here. And Bull Moose Party, they're trying to finish off their own channel as well. They got delayed for 30 seconds. Jaina is here. She's rooting out the Dahaka. There is just pressure all over the map right now. The boss is going to try and heal himself back up. Jaina going in, going to try and finish off this Dahaka here. Actually gets the kill, and Jaina and Murky might try and push and end the game here. The channels are going off. The rest of the team are coming in strong. Kael'thas is backing up, but look at this boss. He's absolutely melting. The back door is working, and this will be game number 2 going over to Wood League Express. Holy cow. That was up, down, inside out. Just absolutely insane. What is going on? Insane game number 2 coming out. Look at the damage coming out from this 33-minute game, I think it was, or 32-minute game. Holy buckets. 150,000 coming out from the Jaina. Murky putting out 30k soak to match the Dahakas. 175k siege coming out of the Murky. What in the world? That was absolutely insane. What a finish. I mean, it was a 2-0 series. It felt like that series went the distance, though. That was just absolutely crazy. Love to see that kind of action going on here. That's gonna hype up. Now this series is even one apiece. Both teams have taken one series. We're gonna see what happens in playoffs between these two teams. I'm gonna message our victors, see if we can get an interview for that marathon of a series. And I'm going to go just hang out in a lobby and wait for our victors to come in. But holy cow, guys. That was nuts. Like, I'm just going to leave it on the stat page. I could show you the talents, but just look at the stats and marvel in that statistical glory. By the way, Warbird, thank you so much for the follow. See you coming in here. Appreciate the follow. Welcome to the channel. Absolutely going to love having you here and look forward to some more crazy hot actions coming down the road. My goodness. Just waiting around here. This was absolutely nutty.
Hey.
Welcome. This is, ladies and gentlemen, we've got High Admiral. I mean, who else would we want to interview after that game number 2? We got High Admiral coming in. Wood League Express 2-0 domination victories. How is the team do? How exhausted is the team doing right now?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna need to get up and take a walk after this. That was a lot.
That was absolutely. It's felt like the first map was like yesterday with that second game. Like that was insane.
Yeah,
But
dude, that was a 33-minute game of attrition.
I mean, we'll get to that. Let's go back to game 1. So game 1 comes out.
Oh, sorry.
We're going to Battlefield of Eternity game 1. Bull Moose Party sends us there, so they're like, okay, we got some sort of strategy in our back pocket.
Mhm.
Um, and you see the race starting to get drafted early for them. What was in the back of your guys' mind going, okay, we're going to Battlefield of Eternity. They want to race. How are we going to respond?
Well, we realized that the race was coming out like as soon as our Tannis was getting locked, and we were looking at Li Ming and all of that. Um, we just tried to figure out the best way to lock them down on their side of the field, and ensure that race couldn't take place, and it worked.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, the early and mid game, we could see the amount of pressure you guys were able to create with the defense was insane.
Yeah.
I think it was the third immortal. You had both keeps down, but then it started to fall apart a little bit. Bill Most Party started getting back in it. What happened in that mid to late game where it kind of just started fumbling, and you could see a little bit of sign of life coming out of Bull Moose Party. Getting I believe they like snuck an immortal with a Rainer Artanis, and
Yeah.
then after that, we're able to get the second immortal. It looked like, here that they may be coming back here.
Yeah, we faltered there for just a second. They got in some really good dives, and were chewing us up there, but it's we just needed a second to sit back, take a deep breath, and go back in with a renewed sense of vigor.
Renewed sense of vigor, absolutely. But you knew going into it, you had the Malfurion with the sleep,
Mhm.
you had the Mal'Ganis with the sleep, and they really didn't have too much crowd control built into their team. So you knew if you could find the picks, Mal'Ganis was going to lock him down for you guys, and eventually
Exactly.
able to find that pick. I mean, we could talk all we want about game number 1, but game number 2 comes out. You guys get the map pick. You send us to Alterac Pass, which everybody on this channel got to see the double mage variant taunt or variant play coming out
Oh yeah.
with the Mal'Ganis in week last week. So we were wondering if it was going to get a throwback. We see the Jaina first picky and we're like, oh, here it comes back. But then they started to outban you guys. So when did you guys decide, okay, we're gonna run something similar, but we're gonna change it up and add the spicy murky pick?
Well, so I mean, you saw they did their research. They knew what to steal from us, and what to knock away to prevent us from getting the comp that we wanted. We just sort of realized that if we were gonna win that game, we would have to do it in an unconventional way, especially with the way that they were playing, and with Taunt Varian, which I don't know if you caught our game with them previously. But we actually lost on Alterac Pass to them last time, and it was an ugly loss. Like, we had everything up, and they got objective, and they ran us over. And so, like a quarter of the way into that game, or halfway into that game, I can't remember. That game was an eternity. But uh, as soon as they got that objective and they started pushing us back, I was like having numb flashbacks, dude. Started hearing Fortunate Son playing and helicopters, but we just my team clenched down. They did an incredible job holding them off. I had a non-bow at one point. I mispopped my march, but that attrition really worked.
Yeah, I mean, those games can get really tough because once you get to those level 20, I mean, I don't remember what the levels were at the end. it's got to be like 25-26 with that 30-minute game. But
Yeah.
you get to the point where it just starts to wear on you, and the team starts, like fatigue starts setting in. You're like, oh my gosh, are we gonna ever win? How do we keep our focus in some of these team fights? So what was going through comms and like, from the side of Woodley Express to keep everybody focused, because it looked like you guys were still doing a pretty good job, even though it was, like you said, like 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, we do a really good job of like reassuring each other and trying to like keep our confidence up. I mean, they had us. If you look at my deaths, like 6 total deaths as Murky, that's 24 knockdowns coming out of that taunt variant. And so we were getting a little like one of the things that we really try to work on is not having our morale break, right?
Hmm.
Because no matter what, like a cool head keeps the game moving. And there was a couple of moments where my team was screaming, like when Jaina got popped, a couple of those times, and watching Orphea get knocked, it was scary, for sure. But I think that we ate our Wheaties this morning, as my good friend would say, and we came ready to play for the full 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, it took every one of those 30 minutes. At what point in that last fight, because it looked like they potentially had you guys pinned against a wall coming in, they get the pick onto the Jaina
Hmm.
early, and then you guys come out with this defense with the Murky, Brightwing, Orphea, and May, and a 5v4 situation. And then enough that I believe Brightwing ended up going down eventually in that fight, but Jaina was already respond. At what point did you guys go, okay, wait a minute, let's just stop fighting over this objective and just go straight for the core?
Well, they had the better team fight, right?
Hmm.
Like Kael'thas spreading us all out, like it forces a spread every time he uses that W. The Varian was going to get me no matter what, and Gazlo, is a terrifying wild card. Um, and so when we knew that we weren't going to take that, Saralath looked at the minimap as we all started to flag a little bit, and he just goes, "Oh, 2 lanes are pushing, let's go." And that's why he's definitely our MVP tonight. His call secured that victory for us. Um,
I was gonna
so
say right before that, it looked like Novabot was having a fun time one-on-one in the Dahaka, just landing root after root, and poor Dahaka
oh
just
yeah.
couldn't move. So you could see like maybe Jaina and Murky are just gonna start to go for it, and then all of a sudden the whole team's there, and we're like, all right, there we go. This game that was just could. I was wondering if you guys were intentionally making it 30 minutes because of the 30-minute comments last night, but ended up being a 30-minute treat of an Alterac pass. So you already mentioned it. Saralath is the MVP for the night, coming in strong with the healing. I mean, there was
My
strong
boy.
performances all around. But let me end this interview off by opening it up to you. Any shout outs you'd like to give to Twitch chat? There was so much action going on Twitch chat tonight. So any shout outs you'd like to give, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, thank you everybody that's been watching us. Like your guys' encouragement has been keeping us going. And to anybody that's watching this right now to scout, I just want you to know, if you ban the Murky, this will still happen. If you counterpick the Murky and let it through, this will still happen. 6 deaths, we still won. That's 24 Murky knockdowns. Stop focusing on it.
All right, coming in with the warning, the shots have been fired. I'm going to be interested to see what happens on your next Alterac map. But thank you
Thanks, man.
so much, High Admiral, for the interview. Definitely appreciate it. Go celebrate with your team. That was a marathon. Go on your walk. You definitely need to get up and stretch after that. I need to get up and stretch after that one. But looking forward to this season finish coming out for Wood League Express, and then the playoffs down the road.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I look
Absolutely.
forward to playing with you some more and getting some more casts in together.
Sure thing. Will do. Have a fantastic night.
You too, man.
All right, ladies and whoop, wrong button. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the High Admiral, captain of your Victors Wood League Express, coming in, giving the shout out warning to not ban the Murky, saying he wants to run this Murky all the way into the ground. The hype train for Wood League Express is out on the Murky, so I'm really excited to see what happens with the next team that goes up against them on Alterac Pass. Real quick, before I don't want to forget here, a lot of follows coming in during that interview. Warbird, Momo Nucleosis, Crizo, and T Mel, thank you all so much for the follows. Definitely appreciate all the follows. Welcome to the channel. Enjoy your stay. We got lots more HOTS action coming to you on this channel. If you enjoyed yourself tonight as much as I did, feel free to drop a follow on the channel. I absolutely will send you a message when I go live with my next match, which will be on Thursday night. I am going to Division C. That one, I was always wanting to get back to this one because it's my third cast for Cool Cats and the Kittens on Division C. And I'm trying to pull up my calendar real quick, and it's just not wanting to come up. There we go. On Thursday night, I have Cool Cats and the Kittens, and they are going to go up against Artemis, who I have not actually had the privilege to cast, but I have seen them play over multiple seasons of different leagues. So I'm actually excited to be able to cast Artemis here on Thursday night as well. That will be at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. So late night game. I'm the night owl, but as far as this goes, and then the rest of the weekend, there's been a lot of pickups. Like I said, a lot of casters are coming in huge this weekend. So almost literally every match on Friday has already been picked up except mine. That's okay. If mine doesn't get picked up, I do point of view streams for our matches as well. So it will be streamed either on this channel or somewhere else. And then Saturday is both picked up as well, and Sunday's booked out pretty much. So a lot of casters coming in huge this week, which I love to see. I love seeing so much support for the NGS community. So Thursday night is going to be probably my last cast for this week. And then next week, I've got a lot of fun stuff coming out as well. So thank you all so much. I'm going to close out the cast for now. Everybody is done for night, so there's no one else. Well, I'll see if anybody's like doing any streaming. Maybe I can find somebody just streaming some hots. Nope, everybody is pretty much off for the night. So I'm going to end the night here. Thank you all so much for coming out. Have a fantastic night. Go on a walk after that marathon series, and I'll catch you all back here on Thursday night for another NGS matchup. Have a fantastic night, everyone. Take care.